Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ECU. We are on episode 2 now.
Come on, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. In this episode, we continue to strip the Jag, take out some more of the wiring looms, the interior, and the engine bay. Hope you enjoy it. What were those tools that you bought, Gav? What were those like really good tools that we used?
Them expensive eBay tools.
Oh, they were ace, them tools.
Yeah, but the pack of 35 of that, we only used one tool out.
They saved the day.
Yeah.
Literally saved the day, did those
If
tools.
we did not have them tools, we would not be able to take that Jag apart.
No. We'll put the link in the description, so go buy those tools.
It's a pack of 35 trim removal tools.
Yeah.
They will save your life.
Back again with Engineering Chronicles. Quick update, off cam we've made a lot of progress. We've got Gav ripping apart the interior, literally ripping it apart because he's impatient.
Yep.
There you go. I'm just going to go around and do a bit of a video log of what has come from where, so that when we reassemble it we've got a bit of an idea. So, main wiring loom, well, part of the main wiring loom. This goes right around the front of the car. In one of the other videos I said, oh, I hope it all comes apart, and luckily it does. So through the bulkhead there's about 3 clips on this side, 3 plugs on this side, and on the other side there's like 5 plugs. So we can unplug that, all this will pull out. Various parts here, we've got fuel system there, which you need to keep an eye on. I think that's a filter. I don't think it's a pump because there's no wires going to it. So there's a filter there. We're going to need to take all that off. Various connectors. So these connectors here were all to do with some of those go to the wiring harness on the engine, and then the other ones go to, there's like a fuel vapor control system of some kind. So they go onto this bracket here. Fuel line there. Front left corner of the car, so there's some connections for the lights which we don't need, connections for the engine which we do need, bonnet sensor. So these came all around here. Let's go around the front. Main fuse box, connector for the ABS. What was that? Lights again. All that's off. Some more connectors there, they're blocked off. And it comes underneath the car and up this side, and then here, this is an important bit. This is one of the main power connectors. So there's an earth cable there and a power cable there, and they went to the starter motor. So we need those for the engine stand. What else have we taken off? The coolant system's now off, though. Some aluminium pipes which run to the heater matrix. They're off. We're going to have to sort of reuse those and block them off. Also for the coolant, there was a coolant reservoir up here, which is now off. Coolant reservoir, aluminium pipes for the heater matrix, heater control valve. This is the fuel vapor control system of some kind for emissions, and that is the main power cable for the starter motor and alternator. We're going to continue to pull the wiring out all down here, keep a log of what's what. We thought this was the ECU, but it's not. It's actually the front electronic module, which may be the ECU. Honestly, I'm not sure, but it could possibly be, and just have a different name. So this is what I said earlier in one of the other videos about, we need all these wires in order to get the engine working on a stand. Jag have designed it so that it's all interconnected. So we're going to have to pull all this out, reconnect it all, and all being well, it will work. There might be a few faults, a few fault codes, whatever, because we're going to keep the throttle pedal, this electronic throttle pedal, see down there, and we're going to keep the dashboard. So there might be a few faults on the dashboard, but fingers crossed it will actually run.
And we'll have OBD2 reader connected,
which
so we can connect that up to our phone or a tablet.
Yeah.
And we can see what engine's doing there as well.
Yeah. Like I said, that's when if we forget to connect something, the whole system might just go to pot, but fingers crossed it still works. Right? Making some good progress. Gav's putting back out, back seat out anyway. Exposing fuel tank, which we'll need. We're hoping to have like a little miniature fuel tank, but the concern is that there's quite a complex kind of fuel vapour system, something to do with emissions, and we're not too sure how much of that we'll need and how much we won't need. So we don't know. Time will tell. We'll find out in a later video. Underneath here I've pulled all these wires apart, tried to keep a mental log where they all went. This was like a connection block, so I actually need to plug them back into there before I forget. Pulled out the front electronic module, so I have no idea what that does, lots of connections. Just still trying to remove this wiring loom that's been a pain in the ass underneath this foam, and we removed this other module which I haven't seen. We removed this, which is a fancy piece of kit, no real details on it. Potentially this is the brains for the engine. These fancy connections that I wanted to reuse, which might be more difficult now that it's a circuit board. In another video we'll take it apart, and it'd be really nice if there's wires on the other side of these connectors. If there is wires, we can carefully desolder the wires or cut the wires and reuse them, which would be nice, but time will tell. So that could be the ECU. Could. Not entirely sure. Hopefully it's not too dark. There you can see a shitload of wires, and you can see this is the loom. I hate these fucking plastic. Ow. There we go. So that's the main loom going out into the engine bay, and we have got them all disconnected. That's the power cable because the battery's in the boot. Got them all disconnected apart from this fucker, which from what I can tell goes up over this plastic box and back down here, back into this loom here, which is a total fucking joke. Why does it go up there? And you can see that's mounted in there. Fuck.
Are we labelling all these wires downside, or are we just going to take connectors off and plug it all back in?
I'm quietly confident, I shouldn't be, but I'm quietly confident that all the connectors are unique. Well, if you're one next to each other like that,
yeah.
Blue and green. So you can't get confused. I'm quite confident that when we've got the wiring loom laid out on the floor, we'll be able to...
We'll have a rough idea of it all.
Yeah, and then we've got the manuals as well. Yeah. So if we do get stuck, we just go to manual. So this chunk of wire there, where my hand is, that there, that goes over this piece of plastic and back down to there, from what I can tell. And I'm annoyed because I just don't see why I've done that. So to get that wire out, I've got to somehow get rid of all this plastic. Bullshit. Hopefully you can get a bit of a view there for what's going on. Fingers crossed. This box is coming out, and I'm just going to be a bit rough with it, undo some screws, be a bit forceful. Don't know what it does. Saying that, do you want to heat on? Does the Capri need a heater? It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a heater. I'm gonna take it out carefully. Right, dashboard's coming off. Simple as that. The dashboard is coming off, boys and girls. So we have hundreds of wires. 1, 2, 3. Box of screws.
So what are we looking at then?
I'm going to undo those 4 bolts. There's 2 on your side, 2 on my side.
Yep.
And we're just going to see if it moves. If I can lift it up like a couple of inches, I think I can probably make do with that. Oh, it's actually wood.
That bit is very fancy.
Boom. One thing out of the way. Oh wow. Oh, that's the bracket. Oh, that's a bit. Let's be careful with that. So I found the bracket for the aircon.
Okay.
Spin up for the aircon, bracket for the airbag.
We should be able to take that out now, shouldn't we?
Well, I'm just they're a bit scary out of the airbags. They're a bit dangerous. We're still desperately trying to remove the dashboard. Gav's on with the dials. I'm on with this airbag. We're hoping to lift out all the plastic and this metal frame that you can see there. That's the plan. Just there, but it's been a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm going to wear some safety goggles in case the airbag goes off.
How do we get it out?
Right, we're back again. We've had a stop for his fish and chips. We are struggling with this bloody dash, to be honest. We think it's sort of the way the car's designed and built. It's just not designed to come back off. All the screws, you can't really see them. You can just sort of, all the screws are like backwards. They're just a nightmare to get to. So we're going to cut it off. That's the plan. Cut it off and just see how far we get.
That's how you planning on cutting it?
I'm going to use these.
Yep.
I'm just going to like cut up here and just try and cut around the back. That's what I'm going to try and do.
Careful of wires.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wires up there.
Well, there's no wires here, so I'm going to start cutting. So it has the same electrical connectors as the Ford Fiesta.
Yeah?
Yeah. Recognise those from my days in Halfords. So YouTube, we're going to get rough. We're running out of patience. We are going to disconnect as much stuff as we can. And then we're going to rip it off. We're going to rip off this front plastic, which we know is not the best thing to do, but we're doing it anyway.
Some more on the other side.
disconnected, isn't it? That had have gone off then. It's gonna get messy. There you do it. That is how you take a Jag dashboard apart. Airbag is off. So if anyone asks, wanting to know, there is a load of studs and nuts holding the airbag on, and there was one connect on the end. So that should now be shit. I have no idea why this is still on. There seems to be some clips at the back that I can't get to. This is what's in my way. Air conditioning matrix inside there, steering column, more plastic, wires everywhere. So earlier I was talking about a particular wire, shitload of wires. All I just kept apart from this fucker goes up over this plastic box and back down here, which is a total fucking joke. Why does it go up there? Fuck. Which is that wire there, which I now have loosened it off, and I'm going to try and feed it over the top. No, not going to work. I guess I've just found some hidden bolts. You won't be able to see them on camera, but pull that apart. See one there, so it's not too dark. I'm hoping they're going to save the day.
I will save the day.
They will save the day.
I will. Dashboard pull, John?
Boom.
Awesome.
Boom on camera. Look at
Oh, what's that loose wire hanging down?
What?
That single wire. What is it?
That?
Yeah.
Piece of string.
Oh, okay.
Push this back out there. So this is half of the front wiring loop. Wow. Okay, that's one half, and then this goes right round here, and I've got to do the same again under there. And we're seeing Gav's just made a lot of progress. Well, when I say progress, he's ripped it apart. Look at that, proper race car now. Looks just like a race car. But he's...
What do you mean looks? It is a race car, John.
It was clipped in, wasn't it? That's all it was.
No, it was bolted in somehow.
Crazy. So on this side of the car, this has been much easier. Disconnected these these connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I can count. So that is that side of the loom, and if I carefully pull it through, just see it there. Yeah, damaging it. There we go. So now we have the entire front loom. I'm going to tag this up so we know that is the driver's side and that is the passenger side, and then that can go in the van. More wiring. What a mess. These wires, we've got some that go into this panel and into the door. We've got some that go up here, they just go everywhere. It's getting really, really messy. We go down into the back. So I'm not really enjoying this part of it, but we'll carry on. Slowly making progress. These wires are now all off. Just going to take off. This is the battery lead because the battery's in the boot. So this goes through that bulkhead and then it goes from the other side to the starter motor. So we're going to save that. That'll be useful to us at Capri. Bit of money in that cable. These wires, both these looms here, go right over the dashboard. So they're going to be a twat, and then this loom goes back to the back of the car. Massive wiring looms
running underneath.
Yeah, and the only way I'm going to get them out, I'll put screws back in once we're done.
Okay.
Right, YouTube. Wow, what a mess. So there's multiple looms. This loom here that goes across the dashboard, one of two looms. That's all disconnected on the left hand side. Disconnect on the right hand side, but it feeds through this frame. So the steering wheel is disconnected. We're going to take this frame off and then pull this wire back underneath there, pull it out, and then reconnect the frame, reconnect the steering column, because the car is going to scrapyard, so we need to be able to turn it and so on and so on. Oh, here we go. So, if I just give this a wiggle. Oh no, the bolt here. Where did that come from? It's a stud with a bolt going through it.
Oh, okay. No.
Perfect. I can move mine.
perfect German position, that.
Right. Good success. That side of the loom's out, steering column's off. That is the air conditioning / heater matrix. What's left to do is all these wires down here, and then the rest of the car basically. I think we're going to knock off soon because we've got a shitload of tidying up to do. As you can see there, that's all scrap, and we're not allowed to leave it a mess. This is the wiring loom, or part of the wiring loom in the dashboard. So this is the barrel lights, other various connections, and then this goes to the heater, oh god, all sorts, and that goes to the other side. So that's the left hand side, that's the right hand side. So more important stuff that we need to keep. Packing up now, show you inside car. That's the day's work, being a pain in the ass. So the looms are off. So these looms are continuous going into the back of the car. So there's no connections for us to disconnect at the moment, so they're going to be one continuous long loom. Some bits in the back there. This is the junk. Where's the junk anyway? Gas filling this car up, literally. And that's back at it next weekend.